Hello there, everybody.
Hello.
It's I'm back again with Julian this time. So, Julian, I see some interesting things in your bag, in your sack.
Sack to the future. Yes, so I was in the UK. From let's see, the 8th of April until the 16th, so 8 days.
1 week. Well,
and I took some cues from you. I went to the thrift stores over there, which I've never done before when I was abroad, let's say. So, but I learned from the best, from Thomas, from 16 Pigeon.
You went to the sex shop, CEX, Computer
Yes,
Exchange.
yes. You also taught me the existence of 6 shops with a C. Of course, I had to convince Eva that I wanted to go to a lot of thrift stores. Yes, because she wanted to do culture, and I said no, woman, and of course she won in the end.
This is also culture.
No, it's
pop culture.
In the end, I lost the battle. I think I saw at least 4 closed thrift stores by the time I went there because they closed at 5. I hate it, or even 4:30.
But I think mostly they're volunteer based also.
Yeah.
So probably that's why.
But still, I found some sweet dealios. So what did I find? Turtles, the power game.
Nice.
So as you know, Turtles in the UK is called Hero Turtles because they thought ninjas were too violent.
No, because in Germany there was this kid who threw a ninja star into another kid around like in the late 80s.
That doesn't explain why the UK also adapted.
It was in most.
Was it in Belgium as well?
Yeah,
Hero?
I think so.
Okay.
I think in all the European
but
countries.
still the cartoon wasn't censored, so
no,
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It never makes sense.
This is a complete game. It looks quite minty. It's from 1990, so it's 29 years old. It even the paint is still nice, and it was only £3.
£3.
Pounds, not pence.
£3.
£3.
3 quid.
£3.
Nice. Bad guys. Krang, my favorite. Well, this looks pretty cool. I'll put that over here.
What else did I get in the UK, in the thrift store? I found a Bros 7-inch vinyl single. Of course, Bros were or are English, so I was hoping to find. Yeah, I was hoping, but this was actually the only Bros thing I found, so it was not that. Eva was mocking with me, and she said like, yeah, you're probably gonna find 7 billion singles because no one wants them in thrift stores. But yeah, this was the only one. This was 99p, so that's nice. I didn't have this
99
one.
pence.
And also an MC Hammer 7-inch. Yo, sweetness, give it. This is my weakness.
Yo, sweetness
is my weakness. That's the lyric. Also 99p. And I even tweeted this to MC Hammer, and he liked it.
Nice MC.
Yes.
Or should I say Mr. Hammer?
Do you want to show something, or shall I just continue with my UK pickups?
Well, you can, show something.
We're gonna make a short episode.
Amazingly, I didn't get much stuff.
Oh, that's good. Let's just continue with the UK shit. There's just 2 more things. No, 2 more things. Yeah, 1 more. So, in the 6, Eva and I, we found some Blu-rays and some DVDs. Eva especially was very delighted. She was really a fan of the 6 as well. She found a lot of DVDs for school because she's a teacher. So she of course, the school doesn't have a Blu-ray player. But she found a few educational DVDs which you can show off. Only 50p, 75p, £1. Even the £1 was even expensive. It's amazing. I really want 6 to come to Belgium. It's the best chain ever. I mean, they've got.
It exists in the Netherlands.
Yeah, we should go there one day to pay that. That's not so far. I wonder if the prices are outrageous as well.
It was, from what I remember, I was there 5 minutes before closing,
but
so it was.
Not the crazy prices as in the UK, or.
I didn't look at the movies, more at the games, and the prices were okay.
Yeah, it's really like, guys, if you don't know what 6 is, CEX. It's like walls and walls of DVDs, Blu-rays, but all are £1, 50p. It's incredible. I don't get it. I don't get the business model. It's just too cheap. I even saw, for example, behind the counter there's like the more expensive items, which are still ludicrously cheap. Let's say all James Bond movies, 23 James Bond movies for £22. That's £1 for a movie. What? I wanted to buy everything. But I only bought The Office for PSP, the UMD, which is like 50p. The first series for 50p is like 2 UMDs. I love it.
Nice. I never saw that.
Style. So I mean, half a pound for why? And in excellent condition.
But nobody ever, man.
No, there's a lot of UMDs over there.
Yeah, and nobody ever buys it anymore.
With 50p, why so cheap? In Belgium, come on, even in Belgium, thrift stores are a lot more.
Yeah,
expensive.
175
Or
for
250
for a DVD.
And then also behind the counter, behind the counter. So there were no, let's say, all normal games were, let's say, starting from PS2.
Yeah.
Those are just, and then the older, the more retro ones are behind glass or behind the counter because they're more expensive. And then I found Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for a Master System for just 3.50, which is still an excellent price.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
texted you
price.
to ask is it good because it's complete. The booklet is included, the game is included, and even I love this. The seal is still intact. So the original owner kept the seal, just slightly loosened the seal, and it's still a because these are mostly ripped.
Yeah.
And even this is included. So
tab.
really, this is in excellent condition.
Well, you won't probably find it cheaper anymore because you simply don't find it anymore. It's not
in the past. Probably this was like a £1 game.
Yeah, but
because
now,
it's one of the big sellers from the system.
Yeah, but now you just don't find it anymore.
So yeah, that concludes my UK pickups. What did you get?
Well, since you were away,
You were depressed.
I was depressed, so
you had to spend some
I had to
cashish.
spend some big ass cashish.
Woo.
So last Saturday, my wife went to the barber, and it's really close to
Giovanni
Giovanni, the Game Buster store.
in Antwerp, who was closing down and then reopened.
Well, not really closing down, but like having
Downsizing.
having a continuous sale. But
Then he started to.
I don't know.
We should really ask Giovanni
Yeah.
as a guest on this channel and ask what's going on.
So he had some boxed SNES and N64 games. I only bought SNES games
Yeah.
because I'm not a big N64
He had a lot of those in the past for great
for-
prices. Let's say 10 years ago, he had all boxed.
But now
these
he
are
knows-
really expensive.
yeah.
Wow, they're
This
so
one here is
blinky.
a little bit of a bump.
Water damage.
This game I didn't have it yet. First Samurai.
You were looking for it for the longest time.
No, not really. I have the second game on the Mega Drive. That's the second Samurai.
I love the condition.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
like super mint.
Nobody ever played it. I think it's.
Wow.
Look at
And
the
how
manual.
much did you want?
I don't remember how much he won, but I ended up paying 85 for all three of them.
That's a great price. I think you could sell this, or someone would ask 85 for just this one. I
No,
mean,
I
the
don't
condition.
know,
Well,
yeah.
the condition it is in.
Yeah.
Even
Well, I'm not.
the paint job is still blinky.
Yeah,
so
it's true. It's
That's like the mark of a mint sample.
the mark one. This is the least conditioned one.
Yeah,
the
but
worst
still
condition.
okay. It's
No,
okay.
some here, for example, they
yeah.
repaired the paint with black marker.
Oh yeah, I used to do that too.
Bastards. But it was a game I didn't have already on the SNES. I have it on.
Apparently, it's okay. I believe the Nerd once reviewed them all
Yeah.
Dracula games. I
Yeah.
think the Sega CD one was like the worst one, and this was like mediocre
Yeah,
one.
but I like the Sony ImageSoft games
Yeah,
like
Hook is from Sony.
Hook and what's the other one called? Sky Blazer,
Yeah.
which is exactly the same sprite as Peter Pan, but a different game. And this one, I think this one was the most expensive.
Also
I think
mint.
in total he wanted 105, but he took off 20
That's
for
a
me.
lot. That's a great.
Yeah.
That's 20% off.
But he's
He
like
likes
that.
you, and he likes to.
And on the back it says
He likes
free
to abuse
poster
you sexually.
inside. Financially, he abuses me.
And is there still a poster?
Yes,
Yes. Thomas is happy like a child. Wow.
it's brand new.
It's from the same owner as the.
Yeah, all the games were from a collector who,
Thijs Bastiaans-esque collector.
but who bought them like, look at this, awesome. Oh
That
yeah.
Total carnage. I feel so manly and doodly
Yeah.
by just looking at this poster.
So yeah,
Great stuff. I'm jealous. So I asked you last week, is there still something left?
yeah, but
I should go there. But
no, you
do
have
you remember any N64 titles at all?
Castlevania,
That's a great title.
but he was asking 90 for it.
Oh, no.
But you can haggle down a bit.
Maybe you need to come.
Oh man, but
You should remember me. I mean, I've been going there for at least 12 or 13 years, but I'm not the big spender like you are, so I'm like the cheap
So
spender.
that's not why he remembers me. It's because when I worked at Intertoys, I would sell him like the PS1 games in 2008.
Mhm.
We still had in stock PS1 games
Cool.
I could order, but he just wanted, it was Formula 1 racing something, but he just wanted them for the cases to replace.
Of
with it.
course.
So I ordered him like 40,
But how much was it then for one game?
99 cents.
No, really?
And I gave him the discount, so it's like,
And that's why he likes you.
yeah. So yeah, that was
That's
an
a great
awesome,
deal. That's a great deal.
awesome pickup.
Were you jizzing in your pants? while
I
you
was
bought them?
jizzing in my pants. So in Oxfam,
Wow.
the really close by one, I found a PS3 game.
For €2.
€2, The Darkness. There was also another cool PS3 game, Nier. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Nier.
Yeah.
And it was also €2. It's a bit more expensive game, and the disc wasn't in the case. So
The booklet is not a game.
no, I don't know if there was a booklet or not. So and then I went to Vilvoorde.
The
for
thrift
work,
store.
yeah, for work. But I visited the thrift store on my way back home, and I found
What a horrible figure.
this Power Ranger like.
Is that a Power Ranger?
Yeah, one of the bad guys.
It looks like The Fly
Go
by
Power Ranger.
Jeff Goldblum. It's
But
horrible.
I really like it. Yeah,
It's horrible.
really
It's
cool.
scary.
It was €2.
If you put it next to your son, he won't sleep at night.
He played with it.
Okay.
He liked to scratch it over the floor, like,
Ah,
oh
it's
no, the
horrible.
paint off the paint.
Bad use.
And I also
Ah,
found there.
I bought this one back when DVDs were expensive, like
Yeah.
€16.
It's a French version, but it has the English language.
And probably also the Dutch subtitles.
Yeah,
Super the title.
also, so only the box is in French, but you don't see this DVD all
No,
that much.
I saw it. I saw it once in 2001, and then that's when I bought it. And then
And you've seen the movie?
nah, I sold it off because I didn't like it. It's really, really cheesy. It's like
Ah, yeah, but I love that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
me too. But if it's too cheesy
Ah, yeah,
and not
it's
in a
too
funny
cheesy.
way, it's one of Liam Neeson's earliest starring roles.
I really don't like not Liam Neeson.
Well, he watches the channel, so you're such an ungrateful swine.
Don't give me a thumbs down, Liam.
Mr. Neeson for you, Mr. Neeson.
So, did you get anything
Yes,
else?
not in the UK. I remember when we went to Retro Day last time. You talked about I think the
the pre
second to last episode.
Yes.
When this goes online. So,
Yeah.
you talked about your Retro Day pickups. As you remember, guys,
Yes,
the
yes.
thrift stores in Belgium do a Retro Day once a year, and in which they sell all their, let's say, more desirable goods.
Yes.
And you found a lot of sweet stuff.
Yes, I had a lot of cashish to blow.
Cashish to blow from your birthday. I only bought a few 7-inch singles, which I forgot to show you now. But the good thing I found, like the main thing I found, let's set the stage, let's set the scene. In 1988, my favorite animated movie of all time was released, The Land Before Time.
Yeah. Of course.
In Dutch, Platvoet en zijn vriendjes. Great movie. Excellent movie, tearjerker as well. You need to show it to Hughes when he's like 4 or 5 years old. It will shell shock him, but it's a great movie.
Rock his world.
No, it's an excellent movie. Still my favorite. And Pizza Hut did a tie-in, did a promotional tie-in in which they released 6 hand puppets in I don't know the word in English, but latex, is that a word?
Latex, it's the
Is
same
that an English word?
Yeah, I think
Latex,
so.
latex, as in rubber, but yeah, you know the thing you also use for SM suits.
Yes.
SM suits in English. And I remember in '88 I got one of those from my father from the restaurant. So back then in Antwerp they had a Pizza Hut you may remember in De Keizerlei.
Yes.
They had a Pizza Hut close to where now the Mediamarkt is, and it even had it was like a real Pizza Hut. If you remember, the old Pizza Huts had a roof in the shape of a hut of the hats.
Isn't there still one? Like,
Perhaps,
on the...
but most disappeared.
Yeah.
And in the 80s in Antwerp, we had like a real one in the shape of the hat.
The hut.
The roof was a hut. So I remember vividly as a kid that I got the Littlefoot hand puppet.
Yes.
It was the best day of my life for a few days.
Until the retro day.
Of course. No, and I've always been wanting to pick up the other 5.
Yes.
And I never ever. So in the past 31 years, I never saw them again. Not on in a thrift store, not on a flea market, not in a toy store. Of course, not in a toy store. Not in a Pizza Hut. Not even in abroad. The only time I found it was like on eBay if I looked for them, but never in the wild. Until there was
the
retro day.
Come on, show them.
And I still don't know how, but they had like 8 of them, but only 3 different ones. I still don't know. I mean, I told you, I was like, how? No.
Come on, get to the
point. How can it go for like 31 years unnoticed, and then one day you find 8 of them? How does that
It's
work?
in somebody's basement and he throws it out.
So this is Sarah.
You still have the price.
Tag, yeah.
Yeah. But let me hold it.
No! You're gonna ruin it with your grubby fingers, your smelly fatso fingers.
It's pretty small for a hand puppet.
Yeah, because you have fatso fingers. Mine still fit because I have a small hand.
I show the other ones.
This is...
I thought we were going to make a short.
Yeah, this is Becky. Yep. And then this is, in English, Spike. Yeah, I only know the Dutch names, of course.
Yeah.
So now I have 4, so I still need 2. So any viewers out there, and I know there's some Americans watching, like, do you nerd? I still need the T-Rex, and I still need Petrie, the Pteranodon. So if any of you guys have a cheap copy, I'm willing to pay good money.
He's willing to pay big bucks for it.
Yes. So I was very... These were $3.50 a piece.
Which is expensive for a thrift store, but...
It is, but I wasn't gonna, even if they wanted like 5, I wasn't gonna buy them because...
No, you were doubting one because...
Was it? Yeah, it was quite dirty. This was the only Sarah, so there were like 3 Beckys and 3 Spikes, but this was the only Sarah, and I really indeed, but then I thought, oh, what the hell, I should clean it, and I'm never gonna find the second one, well, for 31 years. Do you still have something to share?
Sure,
Okay, continue.
Lots of things. So
didn't you just tell me you didn't buy a lot of things?
Well, but I still have some things. Well, you bought something for me.
Did I?
Online. These Thundercats, but they're shaped like He-Mans. And Thundermans. It's brand new, I think, from last year or this year.
This year, yeah.
Well.
Yeah, because the second wave is still forthcoming.
Yeah, still, and you still can buy every one of them, I think.
No, I think they're like really. Although our Ed Red Rose Geek Out, trusty viewer, I think he ordered Panthro. Or he even got it in the mail.
But these 2 were the only ones you got on sale on Zavvi. So
I don't remember. It's like 8 or 9 euro you paid.
It was cheaper.
Now they're £11.
So it was a bit cheaper than normal.
Yeah, and Thomas said, "Oh, why not?
Why not?
Because you like action figures."
Yes, and especially the He-Man style. I do like Thundercats. I'm not a super big fan, but you know I couldn't resist these. I mean, I'm gonna open them. Of course.
Because Thomas doesn't like valuable toys.
And to keep the theme.
Wow, that's a coincidence. Wow, number 1.
I found the first comic book in a thrift store in, I forgot where it was, very far away. I was picking up a TV and on the EAV 34, it's like a small village and they didn't have anything cool except this comic book. And it was 25 cents, so I picked it up. And then...
It's cool that you found number 1.
Yeah, and then a week later, I found for 150, so a bit more expensive.
Exactly, that's expensive for this.
But I found number 6, so now of course I need to find the
I think I have number 3. I remember once buying it on a flea market.
Give it to me.
I will sell it for 50,000 buccarinos.
Well, let's not do that. So, but they're like translated comics, but of course the original are in English, and there's commercials for the toys inside, so really nice. This one looks like nobody ever touched it because it's minty fresh. Of course, like what's strange is like they're fleeing their homeworld with like everybody in spaceships, and they're the only spaceship that survives. Everybody else dies, and nobody's sad about it. Like there's only 8 Thundercats left. And,
I don't remember the storyline. I vividly remember seeing the premiere on Belgian television, which must have been around like, let's say, I think it was released in '87 in America. So, but back then there was no worldwide release, so let's say 88, perhaps even 89. But I really remember it coming home from kindergarten, going over to my grandparents' house, which was really like 3 meters removed from the kindergarten, and seeing the very first. I even have the only visual I have is like a desolate landscape, something like a planet, and I think Mumra was cackling or talking about his forthcoming plans, but I have no recollection whatsoever of anything else from Thundercats.
Well, if you read the first issue, it's just.
Is it like the storyline from the cartoon?
So,
do you remember the cartoon?
I remember seeing it, but not specific. Like,
because a few episodes ago we talked about like how horrible some cartoons have dated. You said like He-Man dated horribly, Mask dated horribly, the Ghostbusters is unwatchable right now. I wonder if Thundercats, because back then I really liked it as a kid.
In the intro, I saw it on YouTube once. the intro is still really nice.
Okay,
Like,
so let's hope that...
yeah, maybe it's better than the other ones.
There is a very, very, very awesome DVD set. I like a complete DVD set in a very sturdy, cool cardboard box. I saw it in the UK. It's also for sale.
£5.
No. Then I would have bought it. It's like £32, but it's like all episodes, 26 DVDs. And I'm still very tempted, but I know it will suck. But I want to see it.
Just check out some episodes on YouTube and maybe it's still okay.
You get something else?
Yeah, but you go first. Or...
So,
you got a lot of stuff.
while I was in the UK, there was a... Should we perhaps do a second episode? Or
No.
Okay.
Talk faster.
While I was in the UK, it was Record Store Day, my favorite record-y day of the year. So of course I couldn't buy anything, but luckily I had my contacts, and so I had some pre-orders. And
couldn't you go to Record Store Day in
the UK? I think we had other things to do. I don't know. I bought a Turtles 7-inch. So this is like 2 songs from the game Turtles in Time. Pizza Power. Na 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 na. Pizza Power.
It's a shame it's not a movie song by Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Go Ninja,
go Ninja. It's cool that they have like a sort of an autograph. Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, 1990.
Yeah.
It's shaped like a turtle wearing a jeans, a denim jacket, and then it includes 2 real patches.
Nice.
So that's quite cool. So like a pizza power patch that you can iron on your clothes, and a slice of pizza. Just 2 songs. Of course, Record Store Day boasts overpriced shit. So these 2 songs, €28.
Oh fuck, man.
That's Record Store Day for you.
It's a
scam. The
Can we see is it the special?
No, not even that. No.
Oh, fuck. It's just a black one, or?
It's just a boring old 7-inch for $28 fucking dollars.
Man, and even like there's no, no copyright or.
That I like. No, it is official. It's from the 8-bit. Have you ever heard of it? Iam8bit.com. It's like a website celebrating pop culture. So it is official, but I really don't know. I don't know why it's so expensive. It's like €14 per song. Why?
Well, and €2 for each batch.
I don't know why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's really a scam. And then let's first do this. I found. I thought it was Raphael, but it turned out to be Michelangelo because I'm colorblind. For just 25 cents in the thrift store, that's a good price.
Yeah,
this is the 88 one. Of course, no accessories.
Almost never.
No, but I like it. I hoped it was Raphael, but because I already had this one. And then Ed from Ed Retro Geek Out, shout out to Ed. He gave me a free Donatello.
Nice.
He wanted 4 for it, but he gave it for free because he
sucked his cock.
Yes, his wife was there and his child, but still I did that.
For €4. Nice. Cheap.
You got something?
Yes. I have a box.
What is in the box?
It should have been in the previous episode, but...
one of my favorite movies.
So
I wanted to give it to you because I wanted to buy a Blu-ray, but it's okay.
I got it for free from Mike Spaceward, my buddy.
One of the best 80s movies ever.
He had it double, so that's why I gave it away.
Excellent. Have you seen it?
Yeah, back in the day. It's been a while. I'm gonna see it with my wife because she likes that sort of stuff also. So for the X-Bone Okami, this is the 3rd time I own this game. I had it on the Wii, on the PS2, now on the...
Because you're a sucker?
X-Bone. I never played it. I have 3 copies of it.
So perhaps you should sell at least a few copies.
Well, no, I'm gonna play this one.
And you're gonna sell the other 2?
No. It was only €8.
I thought you never kept multiple copies of the same game.
Well, this is a special game. Like, back when it came out, I was really into the GameCube as like a hardcore supporter. And all the cool Capcom games came out for the GameCube, like Beautiful Joe, Resident Evil 4, Product Number 3, Silence. And
I remember Killer 7 as well.
Killer 7, and this was like the first game that they dropped the charade because it was only Shinji Mikami who really wanted to push it for the GameCube, but nobody was buying that shit back then. And this was the first game like that should have been on the GameCube, but was only PS2 only. So I craved for it for a very long time, and now I have it. Well, gonna have to pause the video there. Baby's crying.
See you next week.
Ooh. Yes. So, wacht, hè. Pas op. Oh my god, well, Houston stopped crying, so let's continue with my box. So these are 2 games Mike Space Sword ordered for me, and they are like not limited run. Ah, this one is limited run. Super Hedora, which is like a Gradius clone, and Gundamonium is also a shooter, but this is by strictly limited. And I hate it. I don't want to throw these away, but they always give like these stupid postcards with it or trading cards.
You don't like it?
What you're supposed to do with it?
Collect it. That's what you do with trading cards.
And then
You're never gonna play these games, are you?
yeah, this one, yeah, for sure. Well, Gundamoniums I already played on my PS3.
I don't believe you.
Believe. No, I'm gonna play those games. So, buddy was asking me to pick up a game at Game Mania because you can buy online, but they don't ship, I think. So you can buy locally, and he's from another province. And it was a really cool game for a good price, so I started looking on Game Mania site too, and for €6 I found Forbidden Siren.
Is that a good price?
Yeah, it's a decent price. It's a horror, survival horror game, which I'm not too big on. And then this one I traded. Oh, it's a bit scruffed.
It's a Mac game. Cool.
It's a game for the Mac. Back in the day, my dad only had Mac computers.
Me too.
And it was really hard to find games
I remember.
for Macintosh. And if you found them, they were ridiculously expensive.
Like 60, 70 euro.
Like you would see the PC version of Civilization for $9.99, and next to it was the Mac version for like €60.
I remember.
And this game is from, I don't know which year. I think 1997 or 6 or something. Anyways, my dad had a subscription to Macworld, the magazine, and one day there was like a CD included with this complete game for free. 5 years after it was released or something. But I played the hell out of it. I really love it.
It's a great game?
It's a very good, well, back in the day it was a great game. I mean,
you can even do a network.
yeah, it's based on the Marathon engine, and Marathon is made by Bungie, who later made Halo. But this game is made by somebody else, but it uses the engine. But I really liked it because most first-person shooters were like fantasy-based or science-fiction-based, and this realistic in the today's world, like somebody's kidnapped or something, and you have to find it out. I really enjoyed playing this. So.
All right. And so how much did you pay now?
Well, I traded it for a copy of Skull Monkeys on the PS1, which I paid €2 for, so €2.
Are you going to open it or are you going to keep it?
No, I'm going to keep this one sealed. Like, I can download the game to install on my Macintosh.
It's a cool version. Cool.
Yeah, I like the cover as well.
Yeah, it's a big box. Yeah.
And it's like...
embossed.
Embossed. Yeah. You don't find this stuff in Belgium, like Mac games. I don't know how it got here, so... Yeah. Back to you, Julian.
Last week, a colleague of mine, a colleague at work, he's in his final weeks. He's retiring this Friday.
Oh, retiring. I was fired.
No. No, retiring. And he said, "Oh, I got some 7-inch singles. Do you want them?" I said, "Like, yeah,
sure, baby."
So these are all from Elvis, which is cool because that's my father's favorite artist. No cover art, but that's okay. So kiss me quick. Because I love you so. My favorite Elvis song, Marie's the Name, his latest flame, and with the great B-side, Little Sister. Rock, rock-a-hoola, and a great B-side as well, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Are these really like the original releases?
Yeah, 60s releases. Don't You Think It's Time, and Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, and both unknown to me. My father will probably chastise me there. You'll Be Gone and Blue River, both unknown to me. Anything That's Part of You and Good Luck Charm. Good Luck Charm, I do know that's one of the greatest. Wait, how does it go? Fuck, I forgot. damn! I need to know. Now I need to know. Pause the video. Good luck, John.
Continue first.
Fuck. And also,
that's pretty nice.
A Belgian band, the Pebbles, even signed by the 5 band members. 7-inch from the Pebbles. And one from Michael Jackson.
Well, it's actually a card that's signed. It's a.
Oh yeah.
It's a loop.
It's like a band.
Yeah, like. Yeah, pretty cool.
A Michael Jackson one I didn't have. That even included an extra one.
This is really funny.
Yeah.
Like I'll translate it. Like to be cool.
Yeah.
Read every Saturday the People's newspaper, the Light Muse. What?
To be cool, read the Light Muse.
Yeah.
So a Michael Jackson one that even included an extra one from the Commodores. So it's like
yeah.
two Motown songs in one.
One sleeve.
Oh, come on, Good Luck Charm. I hate it. But how does it go?
Well, in the meantime.
Wait. 1 second. I need to know. Show something else. I think about it. Oh, come on.
So this Sunday I went to the flea market with my wife and my son, and I picked up some stuff. First up, I picked up a PS4. The guy wanted 100 euros for a loose PS4, so I haggled him down to 70. It was really like with stickers, like completely stickered and shabby looking and dirty. And also the hard drive was broken, but I just replaced the hard drive. It's really easy to do. And now I have a perfectly working PS4.
I know. Won't you kiss, 'cause I just can't miss with a good luck charm like you. Come on and be my little good luck charm. Now we're gonna quit here or Priscilla Presley will sue us for copyright infringement. Great song, good luck charm.
And my son will start crying.
And Priscilla then will sue your son.
Yeah.
Shut up, Hughes.
So
That's
at
cool
the same flea market found 2 toys. It was one boot, like a reseller, and she wanted 4 for this.
Did you kick her boot?
I kicked her boot, and 650 for.
This is a cool one. 650? I thought you said 6.
Well, I haggled for 10 for the 2 of them. So this is Sabretooth, which is like the nemesis of Wolverine. In separate comics. But the comics I read the most was in 1996-7, the Age of Apocalypse, and in those comics, Sabretooth is actually a good guy, and I really liked him in those, so that's why I picked up Sabretooth.
I know Nick the movie in 2000, back in the cinema, and I loved it. I really loved it. It's like one of the first modern comic books.
Well done movies.
I really loved it. Do you remember the first scene where, because it's incredible to think that it's been 19 years already, but that was like the first movie that Hugh Jackman was in. To us, it was like an unknown to us. I think it was like an Australian television actor, perhaps, or And do you remember the first scene? So cool in the cage, and then the announcer is like very cool, like, "Gentlemen, in all my years, I never seen anything like this. Now you're gonna let this man walk away with your money, the Wolverine." I loved it, and he's like super cool, buffed. Don't kick him in the balls; he'll take it personal. Remember? It's great scene.
So this is Mugman from the Turtles. You can take off the top of his head and
his brain.
The idea was that you pour slime into it, and then also through this hole, so it would slime out.
Is it like the same slime you also got from for example, the He-Man and the...
Probably, yeah.
Remember what was it like?
The little jars.
Yeah, and then you could put it in was it like the fortress of He-Man that had slime?
No, I think the fried zone maybe.
Something like that, yeah. I do have one turtle set. I do have like a turtle shower in which Shredder says, "Back to the fishbowl with you, turtle," and then it's like slime dropping down on the turtle.
Well, it was really cool back then, the slime
Slime was cool. The Ghostbusters probably as well.
Yeah. Those probably were the first. The first.
Use the first.
But it's cool that, well, he has the top piece, but his backpack is missing and his gun, but still.
So was it like a backpack you could push in order for the slime to...
And it's with a little extra figure, like his buddy.
Cool. Slimy buddy.
A slimy buddy.
Well, is it like, was that like a recent figure or was it like...
1990s.
Ah, yeah.
I think 1990.
So that's only like the 3rd series, something like that. Yeah. Cool. Do you remember
Muckman.
like the backstory? He's like a guy
No.
that's deformed from toxic waves.
I think so. He's like a sewer worker or something.
Like Toxie from the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Well, it could be a Toxic Avenger. I mean, like from that series.
If anyone out there watching knows the backstory of Muckman, drop down in the comments below.
Yes, and don't text me the comments on a private message, but put them in the comments.
Does anyone do that, Tom?
Yes, there are several people who comment privately to me, but please.
Just because they don't want me to read the message.
No, because they hate Julian. Oh man, that Julian's such an asshole.
I
No,
know,
it's
I
not
know,
true.
I know. Anything else for you? Or?
I think I'm done.
You're done? Then I have one more pile.
I think I'm done.
So I just told you about the free 7 inches from my colleague. Then it's like a
Yeah,
Thomas.
it's still an avalanche or...
No, it's like a Thomas-esque story. It's like a Thomas. Remember in one of your first episodes, I think episode 9, you talked about free laser discs on the pavement.
Yeah, next to the garbage.
Yeah. So I was in Brussels on Friday and I just saw like a full box of 7-inch singles just lying on the street with the garbage. So I
it's
said,
such
like,
a shame.
yeah, I'm trying to process the thinking process
Yeah,
as
you
well.
keep them like 40 years and then you toss them
Yeah,
out.
that as well. But also, I know in the early 90s a lot of people did that because vinyls were useless, according to the people back then, because everyone wanted CDs, no thrift store wanted to buy them, no one on the flea market. But now vinyl is quite cool. There's hipsters wanting it. You could sell it on the flea market. You could give it to a thrift store. I don't get it. Why put it on the street? I don't know
it's
why.
just lazy.
Even worse is that in the street I was in, literally that street has 2 pell-mell. It's like 2 thrift stores.
You can just get $5
Donate
for
them.
them.
Yeah. I don't know, brain fart. Anyway, I didn't pick them all, but I did take the good ones. So, Paul McCartney. Say what you want. But no, great song.
Scorpion, Still Loving You.
Still loving you. German
And
Scorpion.
there was good songs on the streets.
Yeah. I'll Never Fall in Love Again by Tom Jones, back when he was young and with black hair. I don't know the song, but I mean, it's in good condition. It even includes the plastic, so I'm not going to leave some Tom Jones excellence. And when the rain begins to fall.
From who is that? I actually don't know.
Jermaine Jackson, the brother,
yeah,
and Piazzadora.
Piazzadora.
You know the Piazzadora story?
No.
It's like Piazzadora was married to a very, very, very wealthy, like super billionaire. And she had aspirations as a singer and actress, and he virtually paid for her movie roles. He just really weaseled himself. Like, you gotta give my wife a part. I'm gonna pay for the production.
Could she act?
Well, there's different varying reports. She won the Razzie for Worst New Star.
Okay.
But she also won like a Golden Globe. So it's like there are reports, but this is really like a rumor. So I'm not don't take this for the truth. But she once played in a off-Broadway production of The Diary of Anne Frank, and apparently she was so horrible that when she was hiding in the back house, as the sad story of Anne Frank goes, that the audience started shouting, "Hey Nazis, she's over there!" But that's because apparently her acting was so horrible. But please don't take this for granted. This could be like an exaggeration. But I've always read the anecdotes. One of the best 80s songs, George Michael, Careless Whisper. And I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no... Flashdance. Produced by the Giorgio Moroder. And also written by him. Yeah. Music by him, not the lyrics, but produced and music. I think this is one of the 3 songs that earned Moroder the Oscar in the 80s. 3 Oscars in the 80s. This one, I think also Fame. And I think the third one was Take My Breath Away from Top Gun. Moroder was on a roll, great song. And then
he's still on a roll. The Daft Punk album from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, great stuff. You bought his last one. No, you bought an older one.
Yeah, the first.
His first solo.
Yeah.
From the 80s.
Yeah. For 70s, I think.
But he doesn't sing, does he?
Yes, he sings.
He does.
Yeah.
With his cute German Italian accent.
Since you went, I'm not gonna.
If you guys remember from my book, Songwriters, I dedicate a full chapter to Moroder. Thomas will know because he read my book.
Still have to do it.
There's like a full chapter on Moroder, so perhaps you could start with that because you love Moroder.
Yeah.
I took his famous quote from the Daft Punk song and I asked all musicians, do you agree with this quote?
I will read the book, but on a holiday or something. When I'm sitting in a...
Don't feel bad, not even my mother has read it. My father did. I found the Flemish Johnny Cash, Bobby aan Schoepen, the singing cowboy. This is actually a very funny song. Auf Wiedersehen, my land. 2 minutes long, that's all. It's like all the time. Auf Wiedersehen. I put it on. It was like, what is this crap? I said, hey, it's Bobby aan Schoepen. Don't insult him.
He actually started an amusement park.
Yeah, you can still visit to this day. If you ever come to Belgium, it's like one of the best Disneylands from Belgium, Bobbejaanland. It's like Johnny Cash from Belgium started his own amusement park and he named it after himself, Bobbejaanland. I remember, this is like a stupid anecdote, but I remember in the 90s you had Hook action figures in Bobbejaanland and I desperately wanted them and I didn't get them.
Such a shame.
Damn, and then only like really
They
like
were
the last...
probably way overpriced.
No, they were okay, like 300 francs, so 7.5 euro. I remember I saw them in 96, which was already 5 years after the movie, 96. And then the only time I went back was like in 2009, so like 13 years later, and of course they weren't there anymore. But I did ask in the store, do you still have some Hook figures?
Behind the counter.
Like it was like a job student like looking at me, what is Hook?
Yeah, you fucking fool, fuck off.
Then I got Michael Jackson,
nice,
Beat It,
Beat
a
It.
veritable classic.
Sabrina?
Yeah, remember Sabrina?
No, not really.
Boys, boys, boys.
Yeah, of course.
She was like, you know,
Summertime Love.
some-
I have like a remix version of that on my
Then-
player.
This is something really weird. This is l'album souvenir d'une super vedette, Elvis Presley. And
It's not in there. I know.
yeah, it includes like, remember those super flimsy?
Those were sometimes free with magazines.
Yeah, so I think this was like a,
But it's not that, eh?
and it includes the second, this is it.
Yeah, this one is...
Elvis, the legend lives on.
This is André Torrent et Virginie.
I still don't get it. How do they even make music like this?
Well, the grooves are still okay, eh? But it's only one side, I believe.
Mhm. No, this one has 2 sides, I think.
Which song is on there?
Probably some.
It doesn't say.
And then, but this was obviously a commercial or an ad for a Reader's Digest collection. So if you send in the postcards to include it, you could get like a few vinyls, a few CDs, and a few cassettes.
And you had to pay.
Now I see it. So it was like it was like he passed away, and then you could buy 8 volumes. So like the first hits, the hits of 57, the hits of 58, the army years, because Elvis went to the army. The movie years, more hits from the movie years. That's really funny.
It was 3,000 francs.
Wow, that's a lot of money back in the day. 75 euro.
Or 4,000 if you want it on compact disc.
No, more expensive on compact disc? Of course. Sorry, I thought you said more expensive on cassette.
No.
Of course, CD was more expensive back then. I really love the fact that they dedicated 2 CDs to his movie hits, because those are generally regarded as the worst. I mean, his movie hits are crap.
But probably the license are the cheapest.
Cheapest. And then there was the Big Bossman, the concert years, and finally the last hits up until his death. Which still does include one super genuine classic, Promised Land. One of his best songs. Guys, if you haven't heard of Promised Land by Elvis Presley, great song. So yeah, this is just funny. And then the final one, also a free, a great song as well, Dynamite from Mud. Remember Mud? Like very cheesy, easy rock and roll from the 70s. That's right, get up your dynamite. That's Mud. So yeah, all free. I don't get it.
And what stuff did you leave behind?
Really weird shit like, two more. This was funny. In the box was like a Nintendo. I put this for you, not for you, but no, it's not a manual. It's just like
it's like the extra.
The regular
booklet.
health and safety. Why was that included? I looked because I thought maybe I find some.
But it's for the Wii.
Is it for the Wii?
Because it's from 2011. So
that's sad. So
the Wii logo.
I was hoping it was like a NES.
No, it's more recent.
So Wii health information, and then the final one is this is the best one. Save the best for last because I was in Brussels. A guy called the New Brussels guy.
Yeah, the New Brusselaar.
So if you remember, no, you don't remember, but in Brussels they have like the sweetest, the coolest accent from whole of Belgium, which is like, this would be like the Neve Brusselaar, something like that. And the song is called Kim Poef, and the B-side is Ga geloof niet me. by the Neuve Bruxeller. I don't know what it is, but it's I haven't.
It's probably really bad.
Yeah, but it's still released on Decca, which was like a cool label, a good label, the Rolling Stones label. So this is really weird. I mean, back in the, let's say, 60s, you could release just about anything.
Probably, yeah.
Perhaps it's super good. I don't know. So yeah.
So one last thing.
Oh yeah. So you gave me for 1.50 euros the Stegosaurus. I want to take
Stegosaurus.
the Stegosaurus from Jurassic Park.
For the first movie, I think.
Yeah, 1993. Of course, the meat piece is not included. Never. But for 1.50.
Sounds so disgusting. The meat piece.
The meat piece. Your meat piece is like 17 inches long. Just 150. Yeah, that's a great price because, as you remember from my It's Retro Geek Out episode, Jurassic Park toys from '93 tend to fetch high prices.
But you can be lucky in the thrift stores because they just put them in the plastic dinosaurs bin and then.
Was it in a plastic dinosaur?
No, there were several dinosaurs on the
But
shelf.
no other Jurassic Park toys.
No. I always check. I'm actually looking more for the Dino Riders ones, but if I see a Jurassic Park, I pick it up for you.
You don't like Jurassic Park? Not at all?
Well, I like it, but I mean, you can't collect everything.
I think if 16 Bitchem has taught me one thing, is you can collect everything. And I think Do You Nerd will agree. They love everything.
Yes.
So,
well,
that concludes our episode. Did we make it under 40 minutes?
Probably not. Nope, 46.
Sorry, Peter Jan. Sorry.